We've got to end, haven't we got to start by laughing as we always do?
My internet's
Are we live?
so today.
We're live. So funny.
You might not get any friends out of Sam and I tonight because we were on a night shift last night.
Yeah. And I've just woken up by flinching in my son's bed and realised that I was completely late for this live.
I don't know whose stupid idea it was to do a 10 p.m. call till 11:30.
Well, I mean, it was for a good cause, but I feel like it may have been your idea.
Let's talk about it being for a good cause, Mark.
Let's. So, what are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about some of the questions that we've had this week, some of the questions that we've been seeing bouncing around a lot in coaching communities.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Which are, how can I ask for money at a time like this? Can I create clients at a time like this? They're the two very common questions coming up right now with my coach clients, and with coaches who are not clients, but just in that community, it's less of a question from my non-coach clients, but it's definitely feeling like this would be the question for us to answer tonight in this group.
100%. And hello, Matt, and hello, Rosemary, who are both logged in, and Matt says hello.
Hello. I can't see who's on, so I'm hello.
Well, I've got the screen up just in case any questions.
Cool. Well, feel free if you, Matt and Rosemary and anyone else who joins, feel free if you've got questions as we're talking through this, throw them in there because Sam can see. So we can actually have a two-way conversation tonight, which is nice.
Matt says, give me your money. Easy. Do you know what? You're onto something there.
Matt, we're going to get you on the next one as a live guest speaker.
Yeah. Damn it, why didn't we think of that? Yeah. Money. It's easier. Yeah, it's a funny one, this, isn't it? I think is what we were just talking about just before this. I mean, just to give you guys some context, if you don't already know, you should do by now, but if you don't and you're new to the group, me and Lisa grow our practices through service, nothing other than service, just relentless service, loving service. And what came up for me with this question straight away, and I think it's in the minds of lots of coaches right now. Why are you doing heart?
Loving service.
Oh, loving service. I was just like, what's that code for?
What you said already.
Shit, actually, I've forgotten. Hi, Sam. Yeah, it's for me. It's like this question in the mind, isn't it? Can I create clients right now? And the times have changed. Is it going to be possible? Can I ask for money? And straight away, because I haven't actually experienced that, hadn't even entered my mind until someone brought it to my attention. And that got me questioning, why isn't it in my mind? Like, why is that different? Why isn't it in my mind, but it's in other people's? Hi, Carol. And I think what it is for me is that, like we both know, if your only intention is to serve, we know that service creates clients. Like creating clients is a byproduct of amazing true service. Hello, Rebecca. I've got those people logging in tonight. When that's our focus, we're not even considering.
Everyone's at home.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Obviously. So for me, it's like it's very telling that if we're like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to create clients, just perhaps our intention is in the wrong place, that our focus is in the wrong place. Because if even now more than ever, it's time to serve. There's uncertainty, there's fear, there's worry, there's this idea of scarcity. There's all sorts going on for people, totally understandably as well. But when you're focused on service, that doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. You just serve. And I realized that if I was focused on creating clients, making money, talking about money, then yes, that would have entered my mind. And I would have probably felt exactly the same way. But again, it kind of highlights to me that if that's how you're feeling, drop the story. Listen to what we're saying, read between the lines, and go out and serve people. obviously we can talk more about the free course that we've got that people are more than happy, more than welcome to get a link to a bit later. But yeah, that's what came up for me. Now is the time, like the perfect time as any, but even more so now when people are at home, they're scared, they're frightened. It's like, go out and have some conversations with people. Make some difference.
Yeah, I think now is the time. Like this just feels so perfect for us, really, in a way, to just bring your awareness to service. For anyone thinking that this is not the perfect time to serve, I don't know when is. You know, there's so many people. I get on a call with someone, they had X, Y, and Z that we wanted to work on. It's gone out of the window because where they are at right now needs something so different. And it's like, if I wasn't in conversation with people, if I was second guessing, will they be able to afford a fee? Will they be able to, you know, I wouldn't be getting myself into those conversations if I had that on my mind. So I think now is the most beautiful time to reach out and connect and just see what can I do to help. And get really creative with it as well. Like I have clients who are in the NHS and they don't have time to come to their sessions. So yeah, that, like I'm saying to them, let's push your sessions back. Like you don't need to give me a time right now, but just know that's available to you. I want to take that worry away. Like don't worry about what the contract says, you know, like X amount of notice. Forget that. Like what would serve you right now is not having to stress about that. These are really different circumstances. And so now I've been doing like a little 30-second 1-minute video for clients that are in the NHS to just share and keep them going and keep them motivated. So it's just, you know, anything. It doesn't have to be, there's just no right or wrong way in service. There's not one size fits all. It's just do it from the heart and really think about what does that person need right now from me? What can I honestly offer them? Something else came up. I can't remember what else I was going to say. I was watching Jason Goldberg the other day. He was talking about doubling down on service, you know, and I just thought that is just so accurate. I mean, I've been busier this week than ever before. That's why Sam and I look knackered, not just because of the night shift. But we really have we're willing to throw stuff out there and for it not to work. And we do that because now is the time to put your ego aside. Like now is the time to put any kind of fear of rejection or anything aside. You have the perfect reason now to just step into purpose. Like this is what we are fucking for, right? It's like I got into this because I want to help people, and now is the great time to help people. So don't worry about being rejected. Don't worry about setting something up and no one attending. I just love that you would do that in the first place, because that's the key for me. It's like you're in a business that is going to go long term. So when all of this is over, you know, how do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered as do you want to be remembered as the coach who was actually there for people when they really needed you the most? Because that will be remembered. It really will. What else do I want to say about this? I also want to say, like, it did occur to me. So Sam said earlier, like, it didn't even enter his mind because he was just in service mode. It entered my mind. I don't know why, but I think I've just been speaking to a lot of people who have had this barrier. So it was on my mind, but because it was on my mind and I was aware of it, I didn't have to pay any attention to it. So it was almost like it's okay to have the thought if you're having it. You don't have to get rid of it. You can still operate from a service perspective. You can still be in conversation. You can still be connecting. You can still be having your proposal conversations, even if you've got a voice there going, should I be doing this? Is it the right time? Because you don't have to indulge in that voice. So it's not, you don't have to get rid of that first before you can have a proposal conversation. What else was I going to say? I keep having all these brilliant thoughts, but I've not said the last thought yet. The mouth can't keep up.
Well, I mean, brilliant thoughts is subjective, right?
No.
It's global.
Oh, what was it? It might come back to me.
I was having a conversation with a client today, and like you said, when my diary is rammed at the moment, and not just like, it's not just with paying clients, it's just with so many conversations of, especially with coaches, because they're kind of stuck and struggling and worrying about where the next clients come from. Can I create clients? And they're all really valid questions and ones that definitely have an answer. And anyway, so I was talking to a client today, and what became really obvious as we were talking was, now she's at home, the whole family dynamics changed, right? She's professional. She works as a director of a recruitment company, right? Talking of recruitment, Becca's on. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Sarah. Sarah's on as well. Sarah Merritt. And so now she's at home. She's isolated, and so's her husband and the kids, and the whole dynamics changed. And she's like, it's changed quick and it's changed fast, and it's a bit unsettling. So I just said, why don't we just get really creative with this? I said, you open to an idea? Yeah, sure. So I said, why don't we put me, in the next meeting you guys have a family meeting, and just put me on the table, and we'll all talk together just about how everybody's feeling, what's going down for them, what's new, what their fears are, what their worries are, and we would just talk and just have this really great conversation between us all. Would that help? So, oh my God, that would be amazing. Would you do that? I was like, fuck yeah, I'll do that. Because this is the time to really get in there. It's everyone's in the same boat. It's a scary time for all of us. It is an uncertain time. And to have that opportunity to just say, you know what, screw it. I've got nothing to lose. Let's do this. It's a game changer for so many people. And what I know to be true is all the while I'm in service, all the while I'm talking, having conversations, an amazing one today with somebody. I'm not thinking about what I haven't got. I'm not thinking about this idea of scarcity or not creating clients. I'm just constantly in conversation, and clients still want to work with you. That's my experience. It's just serve, and clients still want to work with you. Mm. And the conversations around money aren't like, oh, I can't talk about money. It's just really honest and open. It's like, can we carry on having these conversations? You know it. I've reminded you. Do you want to go now, just in case you forget? And it doesn't have to be. I think when we've got money in mind, creating clients in mind, it can feel really icky. It can feel a bit kind of, that's my priority and that's what this conversation is about. But when it's not, when we're just serving, those conversations are so light and so easy. It's kind of like, do you want to know what it looks like to work together? And hey, Sam, can we keep doing this? Can we keep having these? Because right now I really need this. Like, this is really helpful to me. And if the money conversation comes up, no, I just really don't have that right now. It's like, okay, let's get creative. We'll find a way to make this work. If you're really keen, if you really want to do this, we will find a way to make it work. Mm-hmm. And now is the time more than any to know and understand what it is to be committed to being a working coach. So it's not just, hey, these are my fees. If you can't afford it, see you later. It's like, if you really want this, let's find a way to make this work together. And that might look a bit less time. It might look like fewer sessions. It might look like shorter sessions. Who knows? Just get creative. Who cares? The time to just make up your own rules, because that's what we do anyway. It doesn't matter. Mm. And learn what it is to be a working coach and be committed to that. So yeah, that's all I've got.
You triggered what I was going to say. I mean, you've said it now.
Oh, sorry. 2 minds.
But it was around, I just feel so much freedom to have conversation about money right now with people, which is the opposite of what I'm hearing from a lot of people. But it genuinely always is coming from a place of service, because I'll say to every single person who looks a bit worried about making an investment, I want to get into that and I want to fully understand where the nerves are coming from. Like, is it a scary thing because you don't have the money? Is it a scary thing because you don't think that you're going to get that much value from the work that we would do together? Like, help me understand what's behind the nerves. And now more than ever, I feel freedom to ask that question, because it genuinely is coming from a place of, I need to know this. I need to know this because I don't want you to sign up to anything that's financially really, really destructive for you. I don't want you to be in pure panic zone every time we speak, because that's not going to be helpful for either of us. So I had this total freedom to just get really fucking nosy in people's like finances, because it's coming from a place of this, we need to have this conversation to understand what we might be able to do together.
Yeah.
And I've had more money conversations with people this week. So if I'm in conversations, a lot of it, there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of stress and anxiety around where is my next paycheck going to come from? Or people are thinking, you know, I'm employed now, but how long is that going to last? So I'm getting really into the detail with people, like really super nosy about, like, bring a pen, bring a paper, bring a spreadsheet. Let's sit down and go through everything, like all of your expenses. And I know, Sam, you and I have talked about this many times before, and I might have shared this in the group. I think I did a live once on it, but just getting really clear on what you tell yourself you need and what you actually need can make such a difference to somebody's mental state of mind. Because we live in a world where it's like we have an expectation of our standard of living needs to be this. And so for that, I need X amount of money. And at times like this, if someone really is panicking, it's like, right, forget what you think you need. Let's get into the detail. Yeah. Like, I don't want to hear you go, I need around £300 for food a month. Like, I want to know to the penny. You know, go and find out how much a tin of beans is and a loaf of bread. Like, to the penny, what is the absolute minimum you need to survive? And that can be a really helpful question, because often, not always, but often people have an idea that is way above the number that they actually need. So it just, I don't know, I just have so much freedom to talk about money just because it comes from a service place. So that's what I was going to say. Thanks for the nudge.
You're very welcome. It's like two minds. Yeah, it reminds me again of this conversation I had with this particular person today, and you know, I won't go obviously into too much detail, but it was around exactly that worry about, you know, it's having that freedom to talk to people like no one else has the opportunity to. You know, it's like they can come to you and have that conversation with you that they can't have with anyone else on the planet, and that's really cool. That's a seriously cool thing to be able to have with someone. And talking to this person today, and she was worried, you know, she's got like 3 or 4 properties, she's got tons of money in the bank and all these things going on, and she's panicking about losing it, about not having enough, because her mindset's always been around earn, save. And it was really interesting because as we talked, I asked her, I don't know, it just occurred to me to ask her, could you find happiness if you lost it all? And it went completely quiet. And there's just this massive, yeah, I really could. And she said, actually, Sam, it would probably be easier. I was like, wow. And we both laughed because I was like, are you kidding me? We've been talking for an hour today about this. And at the end, it was just like, yeah. And she's not going to lose it all. She's going to be absolutely fine. But it was just really interesting being able to have that conversation with somebody, because we're so guarded with finance, we're so guarded around those conversations, and especially as we're the person asking for it, it's like, oh, please, can I have it? Here's to coach with me. And it's like, this is a powerful experience for us both. Let's experience it. Like, a no is cool. If it's just a no, fine, man. Like, I'm cool with that. But let's play with this. Let's explore this together. It can be such a cool conversation to have, especially when there's that context of it's just safe to just be as you are, guys. It's fine. Right?
I love that question that you put to her. It's great. It's almost like, what's the figure where you are worried? First of all, you're worried that you don't have enough.
Yeah.
And then where do you get to when all of a sudden it's like, now I'm worried that I'm going to lose it?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, have you ever experienced enough? And she was like, no.
Yeah. Exactly.
Where does it end? Where do you think this is going? Like, you know, but isn't it just this thing we have with money? We don't own money, it owns us. And that is when that distinction is important to make, especially when we're we're talking with clients, to just look out for that, like who owns who here.
It's almost like a mobile phone, isn't it? I know this is slightly off topic now, but it's like that relationship with a mobile phone. It's a tool that's kind of designed to help us, yet we have it run our lives.
Yeah, it's so true though, right?
Instead of the other way around.
Exactly that.
Yeah. And I just want to say, like, don't make assumptions. I've also spoke to a number of people today who are saying, you know, my clients, they're so busy right now. And yeah, then people might be working from home. There's a lot of people who are extremely busy right now. I'm not just talking about the NHS, but lots of different industries. And so, you know, don't be afraid to have those conversations. If you're getting to the stage of a proposal, don't be afraid to have those conversations with them. Because again, it's like almost like we sheep dip everyone. So we go, oh no, we're about to go into an economic crisis. So no one's got money.
Yeah, exactly.
We kind of just throw the blanket over everyone. No one's got any money anymore.
Yeah. So that's it then.
Yeah, not making assumptions. Just trust your client, trust the person in front of you. That if it's not right for them, trust that they can say no, and trust yourself to question the no in a really loving, caring way, to genuinely find out if a no is a no, or if it's a not yet, or it's a yes, but it's disguised as a no, and I'm just too scared. And maybe we need to experience more first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Maybe I don't know enough to say yes yet, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like test the yes.
Exactly. I mean, I can't tell you the number. So when I said earlier, like, I've been really busy again, like Sam made an important distinction, right? It's not all paying clients that I've been really busy with. There's a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now where it's just serve, find opportunities and help people. And I really have seen, I thought I did a lot of this anyway, like half of my time is spent in client creation and half in service, like with current clients. But I feel like I've done even more. It feels like I'm working even longer hours and I'm doing more of it right now. And some of those clients who have been serving, or not clients yet, but people who have been serving for a number of months, like I might have met a few months ago, right now are asking me, how do we work together? So again, it's like, just remember, this is a long-term game.
Yeah.
Just because what you said at the beginning was perfect. Like, now is the perfect time to reach out to people and just just connect and just see who you can help.
Yeah. Rebecca just said she got a no today.
Yes, Rebecca.
Nailed it.
Get it on your board.
Yeah. Did you question that no? I hope you did, Rebecca. I hope you questioned that no. What does that no mean? But yeah, well done. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it, that, you know, just I guess the last bit before we talk about the course, which everyone's willing to perfectly I don't even know the word I'm looking for. You're welcome to have access to. What I've noticed in what's really interesting with coaching in the way that we do it is, because it's not exclusive to us, like there's a lot of people coaching through service, creating through service. It's a really simple fact that if you had a tally, if each of those coaches that are creating through service, the successful ones, have a tally for how many no's they get, they would have a shitload. They would have boards full of no's. So many more than the yeses, I imagine. But yeah, they're successful because they're still there and they're actively looking for those no's.
Yeah, the comfier you get with that, comfier you get with no's, the easier it becomes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all of a sudden someone just says, yeah, I'm one up for this. You know, where did that come from?
Pardon?
Huh? What? You sure? So why don't we just very briefly talk about this this course that we've created for people. Okay. We had a lot of fun. I have got an outtake actually. I've got a
That's
few.
one.
I screenshotted Lisa just laughing. I've got a couple of really funny photos.
Standard. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to do. I want to say, first of all, we've only done this because we can. So this isn't about creating clients now. It's, you know, we're both at stages in our practice. I think we even talk about this in the course. Ooh, preview.
Nice
Giving it all away
pitch.
now. But I think we talk about it in the course to say, you know, we're only at the stage where we're doing something like this because we already have that consistency and that practice and that routine of getting into conversation with people. So, you know, in the early days, we wouldn't say go out there and create a program first and then get into conversation with people.
Yeah.
So I just want to make that really clear, first of all, before we talk about it.
Yeah, just almost, if not all of your time right now. If we give you any advice, all of your time, get into conversation. All of it.
Yeah.
Screw everything else. Niching, websites, Facebooks, all the rest of it. Go and get into conversation with people.
Yeah.
The rest is in the course.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun. I've spent way too much time with you the last few weeks.
You must be going slightly mad.
I think we should play a game. You know, we were talking earlier about sentence completions. I think we should play a game and see if I can finish our sentences for you yet.
It's definitely coming soon. But if anyone wants this course, if anyone's watching this and they want the course, we'll do a post on it probably as well. Then just let us know in the comments and we'll send you the link. It's already uploaded to, we've done it as a YouTube video with sections. So it's nicely broken up. But it is just a really practical guide to taking your practice online and how to create clients. Just really super practical. And we don't hold anything back. This isn't just give them a little bit. We'll sell them something at the end. It's nothing to do with that. This is a full guide for you to just go and get started with. And if you put into practice what we've shared with you, then you're going to have a really great toolkit. So like Lisa said, we've done it because we have the freedom to do it at the moment and we know it will be a service. So if you want it, let us know and we'll send you the link.
Yeah. And it would be cool to get feedback on it too from you guys as you're going through it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's helpful, what's not, what do you need more of?
Rebecca says, it was the no I wanted. If I put ego and fear to one side and it was no for now, so there are more conversations to have. So and she's just said yes to the course. Yeah, absolutely. And this is just it, right? There is never, doesn't matter what's going on, what you think is going on, there's never a shortage of opportunity to have conversations. There never will be. And on that note, we're out of here. Lots of love, guys. Speak to you soon.